Guys, we've come to this point where I have actually just grown last week 30,000 rand all the way to 30, you can say 35,000, just trading forex. So it's possible, guys. And if you still don't believe, don't worry, I'm giving my trading logins to you guys so you can log in on MT4 and see it for yourself. It's like, what more? I don't know, like what more should I tell you guys? Because end of the day, like, the proof is in the pudding. It's like I'm trying to bring this whole transparency in the industry, like, I mean, let's be transparent. If you want to mentor people, if you want to be that mentor to other people, why not show them what can you do, and give them access to the account? Like, what more do you want? So if you have those mentors, trading mentors out here, and you know what, ask them, can you please give me your trading logins to see your account? They should give you investor logins and you can log in and see what they do. Just you won't able to be taking trades, but you can see what they did. You can see the results. You can see the wins, you can see the losses. That being said, guys, you know what, let's get into the video deeper on how I grew this account and the secrets to trading Nasdaq and US30. The market condition I trade, you can say, with a certain methodology. And I want to share those secrets with you guys. The secret to Nasdaq and US30, the secret to indices. And if you can crack the code, like, how you crack the code on like on PlayStation, those are like Xbox and stuff like that, like in a game. If you crack the code there, you got the code. So if you crack the code on indices, if you crack the code on indices, you through. You got the code. Now you keep making the bag. Simple. So with this video, guys, I'm going to share with you guys cracking the code. Remember, if you watched part one was actually a video where I explained to you guys direction. Right now, we're going to go deeper into that. That's part of the secrets, So we're going to go into the secrets of Nasdaq and so if you guys get it, damn, you're going to make some money. What you're going to do now is hit that subscribe, like this video, and comment down below. It's gonna help us a lot because the algorithm is gonna tell the algorithm to show this to more people. It's gonna help us grow. So with that being said, guys, let's get into this video. Cheers. And just an announcement for you guys. Everything I do on the forex market, I'm going to be sharing in my very, very first 5-day group course, the 5GDC. My first 5-day group course in person, where I'll be teaching people for 5 days in person, a group of people in person, right? And I'm going to teach them everything I know about the forex market, from beginner to advanced to pro, and my strategy. And I'm going to trade with them live. So all this will be put into play with these people in this 5-day group course. And then after that, I'll of course give them mentorship on what I've taught them and make them the utmost best, just as I did grow this account, from 3,000 to 35. Number one, when it comes to actually the secret of the indices, is very important. I spoke about this in my other video, my previous videos, where I spoke about how to trade forex, right? So basically, it's find the direction. Now, a very important thing with Nasdaq is that it always follows trends. You must know that you're either going to be in an uptrend or downtrend. And if you don't know uptrend and downtrend, just scroll like 2 videos in my past videos that I posted. I spoke about that, okay? It's very important. People overlook this thing is about market structure. This is not even a secret. This is like out everywhere, But indices, you need to focus on uptrend, downtrend. Don't focus on correction pattern and too much of it's just simply trends, channels, like ascending channel, descending channel, downtrend, uptrend. Focus on that, because when you have your direction, you have what? You have your direction, you know what you're going to do. So if you have the direction, the trend, you have a direction, you know you're going to buy, you're going to sell. If you're in an uptrend, okay, I'm looking to buy. If I'm in a downtrend, I look to sell. It's just now the next step is now, which is part 2 now. The secret of this is simple, that, okay, you need to know that when it comes to Nasdaq in US30, right, you need to decide for what time are you going to be trading, okay? Because the time you're going to trade, there's a certain pattern around those times where a pattern will form. So I'm gonna give you an example. I know from my back testing, and this is what you need to take away. When trading indices or any market, you need to back test that market. Get to know the market's personality. Sit down and like literally study the market. When does it move? Before it moves, what pattern does it does? When it's in an uptrend, how does it move? Does it fake out many times? Understand the characteristics of this market. Okay. Now for me, I sat on and I know I always look. I sat and on US30 and Nasdaq, and I studied, and I evolved. Simply find a specific time in the market, and this is a secret to you guys. The best times to trade Nasdaq and US30 is from the New York session open and the going up till it closes. Not in London session, but London session, I have a time for you guys. So in South Africa, the New York session opens now currently at 3:30 in the afternoon. And then like closes in the evening, like around 11 o'clock in the night. So that's the time you want to start trading Nasdaq and US30. Okay. Then I spoke about London session. This is a tip for you guys, a secret about this London session. You must understand London session is focused on pound piece, right? So what I did is when I was growing this account, I literally just focus on what most of the time New York session. So when it comes to London session, there is a time when it really moves. Okay, it's around between like 10 and 12 o'clock. So about say 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. and 12 o'clock, there's a move on Nasdaq and US30. Okay, it moves a couple of pips, but not as much as from 3:30 onwards. So if you want to catch the early bird move, then you want to catch that 9 to 12 o'clock move in the morning on Nasdaq or US30. Now this takes us on to the next step, right? Is with trading these things, you need to identify what market are you going to trade. Are you going to trade Nasdaq or US30? Now you're going to see, Shakil, you trade Nasdaq and US30, but you became profitable. Understand that when you're starting to trade these markets, you don't want to be trading both of it because it moves more or less the same, but at a different time. So you can't just buy together or sell together. Somehow I never made profits like that. Okay, I lose. So for me, my secret is not trading these markets at the same time. Don't trade Nasdaq and US30 at the exact same time. Like buy and sell US30, buy Nasdaq, sell US30, or buy Nasdaq, buy US30. You don't want to be trading it at the same time. So for some reason, I never became profitable like that. Okay, so I only trade either Nasdaq or US30. And this will take us on the next step now, the next secret about trading indices. I spoke about not trading both at the same time. You must understand that with the strategy to trading, you need to identify basically when is the market ready to trade. So with my secret, or let's say my secret with Nasdaq and US30 is that I have certain rules in place that saying if Nasdaq is in a clear trend, more clear than US30, I'll go for Nasdaq. If US30 is in a more clear trend than Nasdaq, then I'll go for US30. So this is my secret I'm giving to you guys. It's basically with Nasdaq and US30, you want to basically identify which is the best trend, and you go for that one. You see, so that's why you see some days I go for Nasdaq, some days I go for US30. For me, it's about having a clear structure. Okay, and when market gives you the clear structure, like market structure, uptrend or downtrend, okay, that one I'll go for. If none of it is giving me structure, I stay out of the market. And this is where discipline comes in. With growing this account, you need to have discipline. You need to have like pure discipline, telling yourself, you know what, you're giving yourself this opportunity to grow. If you tell yourself that, your mindset goes in something, you know what, I deserve this, I'm worthy of this. If you don't do it, then you don't respect yourself. I need you now to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe. Let's just go back. Number one, finding your direction is important. Finding the time you trade is important, right? Finding the specific, like having a set of rules, like when choosing between Nasdaq and US30, which one is the best to trade at the time, right? Because now, if you have these things in place, we're gonna go on to now the pattern. Because now, when you have a pattern, right? So understand that if you have the time that you're trading, like 3:30, I'm trading. I know I come to the chart 3 o'clock and I look for my trend. And then I will look for any pattern. Is there any pattern in the market now? So Nasdaq and US30 does a certain pattern. I want to say what pattern right now, but it does patterns before 3:30 to tell you that it's going to do a buy or sell. So this pattern will happen either on the 15, 5-minute and lower time frame. It will give you a certain pattern. When it gives you this pattern, you must know it's in a fly. So this is what I did all the time when I was growing this account. I simply just came to my chart every day at the exact same time. Boom. Look for the direction. And you know what? I know already. I just scan. I scan. Okay, is Nasdaq looking good? Is USD looking good? Now I say, no, Nasdaq is clear. Let's go with Nasdaq. All right. I find my direction. After I find my direction, I look for my pattern. Is it reversal? Is it continuation? If it's continuation, I know I'm going to continue that trend. If it's a reversal, I'm changing my direction, the opposite of that trend. You see, and this is where you're going to start going. When you find this flow, you will start seeing that, you know what, you're reading market data for what it is and not what you feel. That's when you have now the flow in tune with the market now. Not with like your emotions, you see. So guys, this is for that video. I'm gonna share. I'm gonna just a few tips with you guys, but I'm gonna share something on the market now with you guys, on how I grow this account and how you can do it as well. It's a tip for you guys and a secret. Okay, we are on Nasdaq and we're on a 4-hour. So very important thing is with Nasdaq, right? Or US30, you will like to identify your trends, your major trends on the 4-hour. Like this example right here. As you can see right here, we were in a clear uptrend, right? It was clear. So this is the thing when I'm finding these trades, all I do is I like to find my direction. Okay, once you have the direction, you put on the trend line. All right, you like we did mention this before. You identify the trend line. It's very important to identify the trend line. Okay, because now you have the direction in which you want to start buying. So you can see if it's going up, this is where you want to buy. Right? Now the next thing is when you have this direction on the 4-hour, you need to drop down to the 2-hour or the 1 hour 30 minutes. I'll go directly to the 1 hour, okay? And let's just go find this thing. You'll see something now. So every time before the market touches a trend line, right, it will have a little pattern. So this is where I call it a counter trend. You can see here, before it touches, there's this counter trend. Then it shoots higher. You see, there the market came before the market shot higher here. It had a little pattern, shoot higher, right? You see, before the market touched a trend line again, it had a pattern, and then it shoots higher. You see, so this is what happens with Nasdaq. When the market touches a trend line, and before it shoots higher, check here, it had a pattern. It has a counter trend, and then okay, after that it shoots higher. So this is a secret, you guys, right? I know you guys know this, that with Nasdaq, every time before it shoots, like look here, before Nasdaq just shoots high, I want to show you this. Or US30, right? Look at this. Before it shoots all the way up like that, soof, it has a little thing, and soof, shoots up. It comes back, it has a little thing, soof, it shoots up. So what I do is I like to identify my trend, find this little thing like this, and then soof, I'll take that off again. That sound is amazing though. Soof. Until the market breaks the trend, right? And then I found a new trend, and now there's a pattern. Double top, you know? And once you find the pattern, you know, you start selling it. Bang, down. See here. So now every time the market does it as well, it does it in a downtrend. Look here. I'll show you this as well. Look at this. Before the market sells off there, right? Before it sold off of the trend line, it had this little pattern. You see? Here we go. Check here. Pattern. Soof, it fell off. You see? So now you can see here, right? Check here. It happens. See here. Touches the trend line and then drops. Okay. So you see, every time it had like there was like this little pattern. I don't know if you guys see it. There's a little pattern, drops. Little pattern, drops. Little pattern, drops. So it happens in Nasdaq and US30. Once you identify these patterns, you will be able to know when it's going to drop massively. You understand? And right now, you see there's a pattern there? Drops. So you can see it in play right now, Nasdaq. You see, what's the trend? Down. So what are we looking for? Sells. When it comes to top trend line here, I'm going to look for my sell down. Simple. The same way to selling here, selling on top. When it comes here, I'm going to look to sell off again. And that there is my secrets to where I trade indices, guys. There's more information on this. I would like to share it. There's a lot, but a very important tip for you guys that put the hours in when you're looking at these with the market. Now put the hours in, study the market, journal down. It's very important, guys. It's not just going to click like this immediately, but understand that if you put the hours in, it will come through, and I will be sharing this in the 5-day group course that I'll be hosting very soon. Okay, the dates will be given out. It's not yet out yet, but I did mention to everyone. And if you want to be part of it, and you actually want to learn and see how I trade this market, and you actually grasp it, with me in person, then I'll say get the 5-day group course. It's going to help you a lot. With that being said, guys, if you really like this video, comment down below, hit the subscribe and like it. You know what to do, guys. Shakil Samai, sign out your mentor. Cheers, guys.